Yeah.
Come on.
This is the all-new MG Hus. Wait, what? This is the all-new MG HS Hybrid Plus. And finally, MG Philippines have brought in the new generation. If you follow my channel religiously, we've encountered this car exactly last year during an autofocus test drive festival, but that was in its plug-in hybrid electric vehicle form. And fun fact, that was the only review of that car here in the Philippines. Fast forward to 2025, this is what we get, an HEV variant. In a way, very similar to that of the MG ZS Hybrid Plus, which I just did a review on. Check it out on my channel. And as well, I'd like to thank MG Philippines so much for giving me special access with this all-new MG HS. And I've been excited to drive this vehicle for quite some time now because we've driven the old MG HS, which I was kind of okay with. But having driven this all-new MG HS, this is actually, I think, one of my favorite MG SUVs at the moment. I like the look of this all-new HS compared to the previous one. It just looks more aggressive, and I'll be honest, it has some design cues of the hammerhead design used in the Toyota Camry. But with this all-new MG HS, apart from it incorporates gloss black and chrome parts, yet again giving it a more striking appearance. You have a ground clearance of 167 millimeters, which is pretty decent, but at least it's way higher than that of the ZS model. Now, we go here to the side. A lot has changed too with this MG HS. So you get gloss black cladding. So apologies, it's a little bit dirty again. But my favorite part on the side profile with this all-new MG HS Hybrid Plus are these 225, 55, and 19 series tires and wheels respectively. But these are running on Bridgestone Alenza tires. It's not the usual GT or some unknown a Chinese brand type of tire that I've tried out. This is actually one of the best tires I've encountered on an MG vehicle so far. Then you get repeaters with cameras underneath on the side mirror. But one thing I've noticed with this vehicle, so if you check out this garnish here on the right side, there's like a missing part here. I'm not sure if this is a sensor or a camera playset. Maybe it's only available on the Chinese market. And the best part about this MG HS Hybrid Plus, so pairing this all-new MG HS Hybrid Plus, what we have here is, oh, they're gas struts. That's good. This is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine mated once again to a 1.83 kilowatt-hour battery that produces a combined output of 224 horsepower and 314 Newton meters of torque. But there are two differences now with this HS compared to that of the ZS. So this one is mated to a 2-speed direct hybrid transmission rather than the 3-speed of the ZS Hybrid and the MG3 Hybrid. So it's a little bit weird. Maybe it's to do with the spacing and the weight of this vehicle. And another advantage of this HS, this has a 55-liter fuel tank compared to the smaller ones of the 3 and the ZS. So you'll have way less time fueling up. Now, down the rear of this all-new MG HS, now I'll be honest with one thing. This has so much Jaguar vibes here, and that's what I love with this HS. There's so much Euro stuff going on, which this car is. Anyway, you get a full functioning LED light bar, and this part, in my opinion only, like that of the Union Jack flag, HS Hybrid Plus badge, then the usual Brit Dynamic. And I like our spec here in the Philippines because in some markets, there are exhaust down below, but not for this one, which I am a big fan of. And open the boot up, you have an electronic tailgate. So this is why as well you would prefer the MG HS over the other hybrids that I've mentioned. You have a total space here of 441 liters, which is on par with the competition, but one of the most spacious MG crossovers that you can buy. And you get few toys here like net storage, just cubby spaces on either side. An LED light here on the left side, and underneath you got a lot of extra storage. And what I like with this HS as well, this comes with a tonneau cover as standard, and it's leather too. How about that? And finally, once you fold all the seats down, it extends to 1,291 liters. Now, this is the interior of this all-new MG HS Hybrid Plus. Well, as the name suggests, it is a big plus because there's so much to like about the interior of this. So I would say now it's almost better than that of the MG1, which I praised so much on the channel because of the quality here and there. Same goes with this all new HS Hybrid Plus. So here in the door card, there's a lot of squeegee materials, leather soft pads here for your elbow, and orange stitching as well. You get your traditional MG steering wheel. It's a square shape. Then you get your usual buttons here for your voice commands, ADAS functions, phone connectivity, and for adjusting the instrument cluster itself. Then here on the left side, you get your headlight leveler adjustment for opening the bonnet, and an extra compartment here, perfect for RFIDs, extra coins as such. Then new for this, you get two sets of 12.3-inch screens, one for your instrument cluster that displays your usual information, but it's a different layout once again. And speaking of layout, you can change the cluster settings to your likings. There are two other modes for this, but personally, I like the speedometer way in the middle for obvious reasons, because I don't want to see all of the MG Pilot ICC stuff in the middle. Now, this one's a different layout too for your, I hope you heard that on camera, segue. I like when this transitions from EV to the engine. It sounds like a sound effect from Star Trek or Star Wars. Yeah, it's that good. So anyway, back to that side of the cluster. There's no proper adjustments like the ones of the ZS, and you do not have a permanent RPM meter. You do have to watch out for this if that's your preference only. But here you can just see your fuel economy, the battery, and you can see here too, you get 3 driving modes: eco, comfort, and sport mode. And like the latter, it varies just depending on the driving mode itself. You can see too your regen, and for your HEV and EV mode. So that's the only way you can tell that if you're running like now HEV, then EV mode itself. Then the other screen we have here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a very clear 360-degree camera. Well, it's top down, but there's no 3D mode, but hey, at least there still is. And the rest here is your usual. You have onboard navigation, and I've always wanted to hear this voice lady because of the old Top Gear days.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
And the rest here, you can do your climate control, music. It's pretty much the same like that of the ZS Hybrid Plus, and a lot more safety stuff with this MG HS Hybrid Plus, along to with your MG Pilot. And below the screen itself, you get physical shortcut buttons. And sorry, going back to the dashboard, it looks really premium. I think one of the better ones that I've sat in so far. 2 air conditioning vents here, and sorry for this shot, here's your glove box with actually a good amount of space, along to again with your MG manual. Then way further down, you get 2 Type A USB ports, a 12-volt socket, 2 cup holders, and here in the center you get your gear shift, a lot of buttons here for your parking, for your hill descent control, wireless charging pad, and open the center console box up. Pretty okay. It's not the biggest one, but it's not the end of the world either. And the seats here are really comfortable. It's black along with orange stitching, and exclusive for the driver's seat, you get lumbar support, which is handy. And these are one of the softest headrests I've ever sat in, or used rather. This is one of the best seats of any MG that I've encountered so far. And above here, you get your lights, sunglasses holder, and controls here too for the panoramic sunroof that stretches all the way to the second row. Visor, vanity mirror with LED light that applies to both sides, which is good. Don't extend, but hey, this actually covers my face if I'm not reclined so much, because again, I'm fanboying a lot with these seats. And here are the rear seats of this MG HS Hybrid Plus. Look at that. I can stretch literally my head all the way forward, and despite the sunroof, I'm only 5'4", there's still a good amount of headroom itself. Then here in the door card, pretty much the same the ones in front. There's cup holder placements as well. Then you get 2 map pockets on either side. Then in the middle, 2 air conditioning vents and 2 Type-C USB ports. So it's a little bit weird that MG didn't apply one at least at the front side, but that's just me nitpicking. And the seats here, pretty much the same like the ones in front. And this car is so new, so if you open the central armrest, it reveals 2 split cup holders, and there's still plastic on it. And if I sit here in the middle, yeah, there's just a way of a, well, actually that's a pretty large transmission tunnel, but it's wide, so you can literally just put your feet up. There's still good amount of thigh support at least, and best seat in the house. Look at that, the panoramic sunroof. So right, let's go for a dive. Now driving the MG HS Hybrid Plus, and being an MG hybrid, it's quick, very quick. The 0 to 100 km/h time of this is done in 7.9 seconds. More or less the same that of the ZS Hybrid Plus, hence this has more weight plus way more power. There are so many things that stood out to me with this MG HS Hybrid Plus, which is the steering feel, the ride, and VH, aside too from the performance. The steering feel of this is among one of the heaviest Chinese crossovers that I've encountered so far. It's actually so good. I can feel and know what the car is doing, because if you see the other modes here, like comfort and normal, it's your typical MG light, like with the 3 and with the ZS. And that's what I like with this HS. You can play so much with this vehicle, and as well too with this HS, there are corner cameras once you indicate left and right. Of course, the main highlight of this, aside from the fuel efficiency of this vehicle, is the ride. So I think this is one of the most comfortable crossovers that I've driven this year. Everything is soft, like the suspension, the dampening. It soaks up all of the road imperfections literally perfectly. And here's a hum. Look at that. That's really impressive. And here, turning circle of this, it's kind of wide, but again, not too bad. So overall, with the ride of this vehicle, it's not great. It's not bad for the twisties, but great for daily driving. Tire noise too is kept to a minimum, since this MGHS is running on Bridgestone Alenza tires, and it's so nice. I mean, like you're running now 40 km/h, barely a hint of tire noise compared to that of the ZS, which was running on GT tires. Same too goes for with the 3 hatchback. And when I did my short stint on the highway, again, everything here, like with the NVH, is so good. I'm really fanboying now with this car on how good this vehicle is. Same goes too with the wind noise of this vehicle. It's kept to a minimum. However, there's one drawback I found with this HS. The A-pillar is too big. I mean, if you set it to my driving position, there's a gap between the side mirror. But if you don't, literally it's impeding my vision. So that's one thing you have to watch out for with this all-new MGHS. And for the driving modes of this, it's very similar like with the rest of the hybrids. So if you put it to comfort, it's a bit delayed, normal, best of both worlds. But in sport mode, the response and everything, whoa. And brakes is pretty good too. It's your typical hybrid. It's a little bit on the firmer side of things. There's not much travel, since this have the regenerative braking. That's the one thing you have to watch out for once again. But since I've driven so many MG hybrids now, well, and hybrids and electric vehicles in general, I got used to this pretty quickly. The real highlight of this vehicle is the fuel economy itself. It's more or less like the same with that of the rest of the MG hybrids that I keep mentioning. But with this HS, so in normal city driving, you can do in between 13 to 15 kilometers per liter. But the best that I got around in the city, just given the driving conditions, I was very light-footed and not much traffic, you can do 20.8 in the city. That is pretty much ridiculous, and one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles that I've tried out so far on the channel. And if you go on the highway, so I do not have much highway driving with this, but on a short stint, I immediately got 25 kilometers per liter. So that was actually my prediction on the highway figure of this all-new MG HS Plus. So at the time of this shoot, I do not have the exact prices with me yet, but I'm predicting around 1.5 to 1.6 million pesos. I hope that will be the price of this vehicle, because this is such a very, very good car. So, one more time. So what do you think of this all-new MG HS Hybrid Plus? Is it worth it? Would you prefer this against the competition? And let me know if you prefer the MG3 Hybrid Hatchback, the ZS Hybrid Plus, or this HS. So let me know in the comments down below. And again, I'd like to thank MG Philippines for making this special access review possible. And hopefully, again, I will see you with more MG reviews coming right up. So, bye-bye.